In this video, I will show you how to create a Unity build pipeline for iOS and Android using Azure DevOps. At the time of recording, the Microsoft-hosted Azure DevOps pipelines can be used for free up to 1800 minutes for private projects. At the same time, Unity also offers a free personal license for individuals and small organizations with annual revenue less than 100K. So the solution that I will show you should be basically free for everyone to try. Now before we start, welcome to the channel. Here you can find topics about Linux, Docker, game dev, or software development in general, or short, Agile Dev Art. If you like that kind of content, then give a like, subscribe, and smash the bell icon to get notified when I release new videos. All the links and YAML files from this video you can find down in the description and also down there at the timestamps, so you can skip any part if you want. Running Unity in a build pipeline is nothing new. Unity also offers cloud builds, which are not free. The problem is that you can't really use Unity with the free personal license in a third-party hosted pipeline like those from Microsoft. The license itself is not problematic, but there is no easy way to activate it without a GUI, because you don't get a key for the free license like for the paid ones. Thankfully, there is a way around that, so let's see how. I am now here in Azure DevOps in one of my private projects, and here I'm using the free services. So first let's check the free minutes. Go to Project Settings and Parallel Jobs. So for private projects, you get one free Microsoft-hosted parallel job with up to 1,800 minutes per month. And here, as you can see, I currently consumed 90% of it. But for this video, there should be enough minutes left. Then you also get one self-hosted job. So if you have free machines that can build, then you can use this one. For public projects, it is a bit different. You get unlimited minutes for Microsoft-hosted jobs, up to 10 in parallel, and also unlimited self-hosted jobs. So if you're doing an open source project, then this is absolutely awesome. It doesn't cost you anything. But for private projects, 1800 minutes is what we get. The project that I'm showing you here is a game that I've made in Unity a while back, and it's called Snappy Mouse Run. Snappy Mouse Run is a free, endless runner game that you can download on App Store and Google Play, or if you click on the link up there or down in the description. Now let's take a look at the build pipelines. As you can see, I have a few build pipelines for Snappy. Some are really old, like those from 2019. Back then, I used the Unity version 2018, and I was building Snappy for Android and iOS. The latest Unity version at the time of recording is Unity version 6, and here are the pipelines for iOS and Android with Azure Classic and YAML. First, let's take a look at the Azure Classic pipelines, and afterwards I will show you the YAML version. Let's start with iOS. Click on the three dots and edit. This is my current Azure build pipeline for iOS. It contains two jobs. First, to build Unity and export the Xcode project, and the second one to build the Xcode project. Now let's briefly go through it. I'm using a Microsoft-hosted pipeline, and the agent is macOS 13. The first step is to get the source, which is also hosted on an Azure Git repository. Here I'm just getting the master branch. Next, I'm installing Unity. I'm just getting the Unity 6 version from the archive and I'm installing it. And since we are building for iOS, I also need to download the iOS build support, again for the version 6, and also I need to install it. Next comes the tricky part. Unity needs to be activated, also for the free license. I'm activating Unity using a bash script. What this one basically does, it contacts the Unity license server and gets the valid license back. The license is then valid only for this one particular build agent, and that's it. Of course, you will need your username and password, which you can set under variables up here. Again, you can find the YAML version of the pipelines down in the description. After Unity is activated, we can build the project, and that's the next step, the Unity build. This one is also a bash script. It builds the project for iOS, and it does this using a custom method called export Xcode project. This method is actually written in C# and it is part of my Unity project. There is also a similar one for Android, and you can find both C# files down in the description. The result of the Unity build in this case is an Xcode project. And once the build is done, down here I'm just correcting the product name, product identifier, and the build number. And then I'm publishing the results. This is just a pipeline artifact that I named iOS proj. This was the Unity export job. The next one is Xcode build. This one is executed by the second agent, also macOS 13. First, we download the artifacts, which is the Xcode project published by the previous job. Next, we need to install the Apple certificate and also an Apple provisioning profile. Now, those are not free. You will need to create an Apple developer account. Apple doesn't give away free stuff, we know that. Next, we need to set the right permissions for the project. So this one is just chmod 777 on the whole project. Nothing special here, and it's more like a workaround. Then we have some more workarounds, also a bash script, setting the right provisioning profile, code signing identity, and also the path to the entitlements file was set wrong. Next is creating the export options plist file. This one is needed for code signing, and here I'm just setting the provisioning profile. And now finally comes the Xcode build. This one builds the Xcode project and creates the archive. The result of this one is written to output/iOS, and inside there is an IPA executable that we can install on an iPhone, for example. The final step is again publishing, and this one publishes everything that is inside the output folder as a pipeline artifact. This was iOS. Now let's take a look at Android. This one only contains a single job. Here I'm again using the Azure hosted macOS 13 agent. First step, getting the source, which is the same one from the Azure Git repo. Again, the master branch. Then I'm downloading the key store file, which is stored inside my secure files. Same as the certificates and provisioning profiles for iOS. You can add those files here, just drag and drop, or under library, and up here you have secure files. The next step is installing Unity. As you can see, this is a bash script. I'm downloading Unity 6 and installing it, and I'm downloading the Android build support and also installing it. The next step is more like a workaround. It's installing the right Android NDK version. For some reason, Unity does not detect the right NDK version. That's why I'm downloading it here manually, and I'm replacing the existing one. Next is Unity activation. This is the same script as we used for iOS. As said, you will need to set the password and username as variables up here, and the generated license will only be valid for this particular agent. Next, I'm setting to use Java 17, and then comes the Unity build. This one is just a bash script. Here I'm copying the key store file to the right folder. Again, we've got the file from the previous step. And then I'm building the project for Android with a method called buildAndroid. This is a method written in C# in my Unity project. As said, you can find the C# method down in the description. The result of this Unity build is an APK file that you can install on your Android phone, for example. And the final step is publishing the output. Here, everything that is inside the build folder will be published as a pipeline artifact, which also includes the APK file. Those were the classic pipelines. Now let's take a look at the ones using YAML. Here I have two YAML pipelines, one for iOS and one for Android. Let's look at iOS first. The steps here are basically the same as with the classic one. We have the first build stage, which is build Unity. The agent is again macOS 13. Then we define the variables here inside the stage, which are the product name, product identifier, and the Unity path. And we also have some hidden variables, like the Unity username and password, and also the certificate password. Those are actually defined up here. and not in the YAML file itself. Then we have the steps, same procedure. First is source code checkout, then installing Unity, which is the same bash script as we saw before, then activating Unity, again a script, and then the Unity build script for iOS. And finally, publishing the Xcode project as a pipeline artifact. Next, we have the Xcode build stage. Same thing, agent is macOS version 13. This time we have no checkout, and instead we are downloading the iOS project artifact from the previous stage, of course. Next, installing certificate and installing provisioning profile. Then setting permissions, fixing the Xcode project, generating the plist options for code signing, and finally building the Xcode project. If the build succeeds, I'm publishing everything that's inside the output directory as a release artifact, which is the IPA file. The scripts are all identical as in the classic pipeline, and the benefit here is that you have everything in a single file, which is also part of the source code. The next pipeline is the Android YAML pipeline. Here we have only a single stage, which is build Unity. The agent is again macOS version 13. The variables are the same as in the iOS pipeline. And for the steps, again, same thing, checkout, installing Unity, then activating Unity, installing the right Android NDK, setting the right Java version, downloading the key store file, and finally, building the Unity project for Android. And of course, publishing the build results, which is the APK file. Here, same thing as with iOS, the pipeline is checked in with the source code. And one thing I didn't mention, both pipelines are triggered if there is a commit on the master branch. So much about the pipelines. Now let's see those pipelines in action. Let's trigger a build. Let's run the iOS YAML pipeline, run pipeline, run. The pipeline is triggered. Here we can see the two build stages, and the first stage is running. Now let's also trigger the Android YAML pipeline, run pipeline, and run. Now let's wait for those two. Finally, both pipelines completed. This took more than 1.5 hours because Unity has to re-import all the assets every time I build the project. So the whole library folder needs to be regenerated every time because I don't commit the folder. For me, waiting so long is more or less okay. Let's see the build results first for iOS. This is the latest run. Down here we can see the first stage took about 28 minutes and the second one 26 minutes. So that's like 55 minutes for an iOS build. Up here we can see the published artifacts. The first artifact is the Xcode project, which has more than 6 gigabytes. And this one was used as input for the second stage. The output of the second stage is the release artifact, which has 162 megabytes. And this one includes the executable, the IPA file. As said, this is the file that you install on your iPhone. Let's take a look at Android. Android pipeline. This is the latest run. This one only has a single stage, and this one took 42 minutes. The output of the stage is one published artifact, and this one includes the APK file, which has 96 megabytes. This is the executable that you can install on your Android phone. If you like this video and also want to support me, I also have a Patreon page. I really appreciate all the support I get, and it's because of your support that I can make videos like this one. So thank you very much, and the link to Patreon is up there or down in the description. This is not the first time I'm building a C# project for mobile. In a previous video, I showed you how I can build and run Doom Classic on iOS and Android from source. So if you want to run Doom Classic on your mobile phone for free, then you can check out the link to the video up there or down in the description. And that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, then like and subscribe. And if you really like the video, down there is a super thanks. So you can buy me a coffee, for instance, so I can make more of those awesome videos. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.